And I think, and I'm sure Brother Dick Gregory, who's here with us today, will tell you, that we're in a very serious situation since September 11th. And we're going into the Pax Americana that John Kennedy didn't want and that they were arguing about in August of 2001 between the Pentagon and the White House. And I would say, my analogy would be September 1939. Poland has been invaded. The World War has been declared. The genocide is looming, and we are the German people.
No need to say nothing after that. German, you see? Let me first say we thank and praise God. We made it here safely. Brother's always so wise. Because most folks, including some of you sitting in this room, know what's fixing to come down in the next 6 to 18 months. Most Americans will start committing suicide. It is out the box. We are gone beyond the point of no return. So all you can do now is cover your ass. Thanks to all of us. We sit around and think we so above everything. Every time I get on a damn plane to go to a peace rally, I pay tax to drop bombs on little bitty children. So I'm just as filthy as they. And those of you that want to keep the blinders on, have fun free, because recess is over. And it's kind of interesting. We can have discussions all over. Don't nobody want to factor in racism and sexism. If you don't factor it in, you don't see it. You don't see it at all. Because when you factor it in, you know what we did to the Indians with smallpox. So don't act like this is some germ stuff just started. You know they took 600 black men in Tuskegee, Alabama. Not the Ku Klux Klan or the White Citizen Council, the United States Bureau of Health. And then y'all want to wonder where AIDS comes from? Well, prepare yourself for death. Okay? A white woman come over here on the boat with that boy, and he don't even give his mama the right to vote, and you don't know what kind of vicious, insane thug we dealing with. And a lot of you all want to believe this country worked right up until November the 22nd, 63. Go up on the reservation and ask some Indians. Huh? It's a game they play. And now they just put it out here in everybody's face. So I just say thanks to this brother. I didn't know. I mean, we black folks was dependent on you white folks. That's why we wanted to be with you. We thought y'all had y'all shit together. Well, we stunned to find out they'll kill you on the way to get me. Because you walk around thinking you so clean and precious and all you got to do is be white. No, no, no. If you ain't Queen Elizabeth type white folks, you ain't white. White ain't got nothing to do. Hold them cameras with that noise for me, please. White ain't got nothing to do with a color, it's an attitude. And if you ain't got some big, big billions of bucks in the bank, you can't have the attitude. That's what this is about. They put in your food. Go look at your toothpaste. Huh? What do you think this is? Do not swallow. They don't put this on cocaine. And in the last sentence, if you do swallow, contact the Poison Control Center because an ordinary doctor. Y'all think y'all white? And if you think if niggas left here today, y'all would be safe? It's a game. And our biggest mistake is we thought you had your shit together. And we get over here with you and find out you're dumber than my grandma. Nobody told me that you couldn't trust the New York Times. Huh? Nobody told me that you couldn't trust NBC. We didn't hear y'all complaining. That's why we wanted to get over here with you, where it was safe. We didn't know the same chemicals they put in my toothpaste they put in yours. And then they run this old racist, sexist game down, y'all fall right into it. As long as niggas killing niggas, it's a drive-by. When they come outside of that parameter, it's sniping. Until they blamed it on them black guys, they was talking about how brilliant they must be. They ain't talking about that now. Just some dumb niggas went to sleep in a car and got caught. It's a game they play. And if y'all don't want to factor none of this other filth into it, you will not see the whole picture. And I thank brothers like this here that's on the case. Ralph Shunman, Robert Groden. This is one of the most important keys to this whole mess. Well, I don't know how he got hold to it. So who to fail? But he called me. In the strange power of God, because we couldn't do that today. I carried it to Geraldo Rivera, and they ran. And for the first time, people got to see something. Geraldo wouldn't touch it now, but we don't need him now. Whoever thought I would live to see the day that coming in here, and folks would bring me a black magazine. Questions linger about assassinations. Somewhere. And I've been blessed. I have radio shows. Stevie Wonder on the radio station. In the morning, he got 1.5 million people. So I don't have no problem getting my stuff out. Kathy Hughes just bought $1.5 billion worth of radio station. Anytime I want to talk to 15 million people, we got it. And she ain't never told me what to say or what not to say. But that's because of you, because I would call them and check out stuff and say, hey, what about this or what about that? And so it's come the day to say, y'all want to just spend some time this Thanksgiving thanking yourself, because this filthy country will never thank. And one day, 10 million years, when everybody's gone, you all will be the heroes. Huh? They'll be writing best-selling books about the real America, the voice of America. But you're so messed up, you want to be validated by the New York Times. Huh? You want to be validated by the Washington Post. You want to be validated by this old stinking nasty ass paper here. What is it so shallow inside of you? No spirit? That you want filth to say you was right? You don't go to darkness for light. You the light. You take that light to wipe out darkness. Know your power. Know who you are. Feel it. The CIA, they have no power. We have power in this room. The CIA had to come in, hold this convention. It would cost $30 million just for paying for it. We just get up, get on a plane, come on in here. You worry about being killed? Me? If the God I pray to every day couldn't protect me against filth, I'd be the first one to admit I'm praying to the wrong thing. Deceitfulness, I expect it. I learned deceit from my mama. When she get up every morning and put her makeup and rouge on, she knows she didn't look like that. And all deceit is altering the truth. She squeezed some lemons and put some sugar in water. Lemons don't taste like that. And I tell black folk, you're going to argue and lie over some pussy. Why you think white folks ain't going to argue and kill over trying to control the planet? There's a whole lot of us that do little what they do big. You're no cleaner than them. It's a game. And then they run that whole game down and mess up your mind. And even when you get truth, it got to be debated. Truth don't have to be validated by ignorance. Truth stands up by itself. And all you got to do is just put it out there. Just put it out there. When they said Ron Brown died in plane wreck, they had no idea that the white folks that was doing the autopsies were going to bring me the pictures. Huh? When the FBI said to the family his body was so mingled and messed up, we cremated him. We cremated him without their permission. We identified him from his fingerprints. Huh? In armed force pathology, they brought me the pictures. There never was a plane wreck. And they will kill all them white folks to get one brother. Okay? Y'all think y'all safe? They might even come in and get me today. And y'all going with me. Which is good odds. what killed Ron Brown is this bullet hole in the back of his head. And what made it so great, them was white folks, men and women. Careers, huh? Career. But their careers is over now. Huh? Because of the atmosphere that you have created. Huh? It's over. The lead guy that came to see me, he's one step away from becoming a general. It's over. He said, wait a minute. Thank you. And I say today, thank you. Thank you. I don't have no problem with people. One of the thugs brought me some information not too long ago. I'll meet you in the park. That white boy asked me, aren't you scared we're going to kill you? Why niggas always got to scared I'm going to kill you, punk? You work both. Who the hell you think you are? When you was coming out here to meet with, didn't you worry? I'm just supposed to be one way. I'm supposed to worry about you. The games. Someone sent Kathy Hughes this letter. April the 12th, 2002, Kathy Hughes, Radio 1. Dear Miss Hughes, thank you for responding to my letter. I'm aware of Brother Gregory. Let's skip all that. I was at a speech back in the late 70s when Dick told the audience that the government was getting ready to blow up the World Trade Building. I'm not psychic. How did I know that? Because that earlier that day at 12 o'clock, they arrested a guy walking a tight wire from one, remember that? Trade building to the other. And I walked up with the paper the next evening and said, see this guy here? He a stunt man. Whoever laid that cable from one World Trade Building to the other, those are serious engineers. Those aren't stunts. And let me tell you something about them two buildings. Secret Service has an office, FBI has an office, alcohol and tobacco have an office. And anytime the President of the United States is in the New York City area, his car that he uses, or her car, is housed in the World Trade Building. You know what kind of security they got in that building? And then I said to him, I can't tell you which one of these towers, but one of these towers, 20 stories below the ground, had $40 billion worth of gold bullion. So don't tell me somebody can slip up there, but the government. So watch him disappear. And I don't have to hold it inside of me and get all stressed out. I got radio for it. I said to Kathy Hughes on the show on August the 19th, when Princess Di got killed on the 30th. See, if that little wench owe y'all any money out there, you better get it, because she'd probably be dead by the end of the month. Because my contact folks had told me she was pregnant. By that little thug she was dating, they said he was an Arab. He wasn't, he was Egyptian. I mean, he a nigger like me. And you think the Queen of England, that throne, gonna have her first son king one day with a half brother or sister that's African? You don't even have to be smart to figure that out. Watch what's gonna happen over there in the next 10 days. That wasn't no accident when Queen Elizabeth walked in there and stopped that testimony. Said, oh my God, I forgot, I gave him that. Huh? That's about a videotape discussing Princess Charles's gay habits. Huh? And everybody over there knew it. They just haven't found the angle to bring it out. And somewhere that story got to stop. What a better way than tomorrow blow up some huge building in downtown London, kill rich folks, English folks in America, and blame it on our time. And the story's off the front. They do that. You know, how can you sit and follow what you follow? Don't think this thing is a one trail with assassination of the president. All of it's connected. All of it's connected. And they learn from their mistakes. 2 years ago, they said, we'll kill this senator. Damn it, his wife took his seat. So put their wife on the plane now. Poor old Teddy, I can't wait to see him. Teddy was there that morning with him. He just didn't get on the plane. I just want to see Ted say, Ted, y'all luck and finally changed. He was in Minnesota, campaigning that morning. When did the Kennedys start having good luck? So he should fall on his knees this coming Thanksgiving and say, God, thank you. You lifted it. How long? And understand your work and stop falling into this stupid crap. Can't nobody feel it. What happened to the election? What happened to the election the other day? It was a Democrat sweep. That's what happened. White folks is upset about the money. And they switch. And y'all can't feel that because you think you living in a free democratic society. Jimmy Carter goes all over the wild with his little pimp-ass self. Making sure niggas have fair elections, and then we get elections stole right down in Florida, and that pimp thug ain't opened his mouth. It's okay when white folks do it. Have him open his mouth. But he gonna go to the third, and y'all accept that crap. Nobody holds his feet to the fire. So how can you do for one, but then you haven't said nothing? Only one paper ran this. One paper. And if I need to explain anything after I read this headline, then you are beyond. You should have known something was happening with that election if all y'all had sit down and getting ready for the reports coming in from Election Central, which is a nice way of saying CIA. And then they said, breaking news. Huh? Right before everybody sitting, waiting to find out what happened. Breaking news. We won't be able to report this election like we had been because the exit poll, I mean, y'all heard that. Yeah. I wasn't the only one. The exit poll, after we ran the data through the computer, it wasn't giving us what we were supposed to get. So we're not going to use that tonight. So I went on and got me a bottle of rum and Copa, tried to find me some crack. I said, we're going to be on a trip this evening. God is so good. And when I talk about God, I ain't talking about them old isms and osms. The Muslims and the Christians and one pulling for the Israelis and the other pulling for that. And most folks into that old funky bag didn't see one important thing. Now, when we got ready to celebrate the first anniversary of September the 11th, the first anniversary, well, that night in New York City, the lottery number was 911. They have no shit. How many of y'all knew that? In New York City, the first year's anniversary, the three numbers was 911. They have no shit. But 1 week before the festivities, September 11th here, 1 week over here, and 1 week over here, not one bomb went off in Israel or Palestine. Huh? Not one bomb. Not one brick was thrown. Well, we can control it. We pay both sides. Huh? This side get a check from us, that side get a check from us, and they say, all right, you punks get off the playground now. The big boys is coming in. There'll be no more news. In no shape, form, or fashion. Ain't none of y'all ready for prime time. And if you sit with this little tunnel vision and don't see nothing but this one piece of crap you working on, it's all together. And it's the same people. This ain't no accident. Only one paper ran this in the Washington Times. April 22nd, 1998. FBI paid mortgage on Nichols' home. Denver, the FBI made mortgage payments on Terry Nichols' home after he was arrested. Huh? For the Oklahoma bombing? But there been some black folks, the whole white world would have went up. How y'all paying them niggas money? Right here, in a white paper. Then they went and asked the Justice Department, a Justice Department spokeswoman said she do not know immediately why the government is making mortgage payments nor how much. Huh? You need some house note money for next week. You need a little Thanksgiving money to get through. Get in touch with these folks. And just tell them you killed some folks. You might qualify. November the 1st, Sunday, 1998, ABC was getting ready to lock out all the engineers because they was having a hassle with Monday Night Football. And they didn't tell them. They're just going to look around Monday night and they was going to be locked out. So they said, okay, what we'll do, since they won't be around on the 3rd, which is election day, we will let them Sunday night load up the website with the results. Your land of the free and your home of the brave. Thank God somebody hit the switch by mistake. And Sunday night on ABC Internet, the Tuesday, 2 days from now, election results is coming across. And Monday morning, ABC had to hold a press conference. Which is, if you hold a press conference on Monday, if y'all hold a press conference today, it run in Monday's paper, right? So if you hold a press conference on Monday, it run in Tuesday's paper. And that's why this headlines in the Atlanta Journal is dated Tuesday, November the 3rd, 1998. Headlines, ABC posts election results before the vote. That's the headlines. Huh? And this is the price we pay. Who said it? By letting the Kennedy thing slip through. They have just gone amok. And y'all are so ungodly, American, you didn't even feel nothing about that election the other day. Even the Democrats, Republicans shot. Now, everybody got to justify how they lost and how they won. ABC was hit with an online disaster on the eve of today's election when its inner site displayed complete election results hours before the first vote was cast. They didn't say projections. Y'all talk about this is what I die for. I die for this here. Incredible story here. Only a little off magazine, the Second Opinion, May the 5th this year. It was only a matter of time before Viagra-associated catastrophes occurred. They have just found out that the male penis have an enzyme in it, and there's a similar, not quite, enzyme in your eye, and Viagra can't distinguish one from the other. And there's millions of people fixing to go blind in the next 6 months. Because when that stuff shoots up there and throws that blood into that optic nerve and open it up, you can't close it back. NBC didn't touch this. CBS didn't touch this. Which means there might not be an accident. It might not be an accident. And, woo! Every now and then, so I read 600 hour newspapers every week just to try to say, because they're so arrogant. This was in People magazine, November 18th this year. The butler says that Queen Elizabeth told him, he did an interview with the Daily Mirror, in an interview which he said Queen told him there are powers at work in this country which we have no knowledge about. Huh? That's the Queen saying that. Huh? I don't know why somebody in British intelligence like me, I don't know why some white boys that did the autopsy on Ron Brown brought me the pictures. And if somebody called me the next day and said his ex-law partner, who was in South Africa putting his stuff together, was murdered. And if someone else called me and said, check this name out. When TW-800 went down, that was Ron Brown's business partner on that plane. They don't care how many they take out.
somewhere, thank God, when the queen is complaining, we just don't have no control over it. So I've never had a cell phone, because I know cell phones were invented by British intelligence to shut your mind down, to create cancer in your brain, to shut your heart down, and to mess with your whole immune system. Thank God somebody, and you can't find another black person to make my kind of money that ain't never had a cell phone. But black folks ought to be hip to cell phone. You got black folks in the ghetto, ain't never paid a bill in their life, and they won't cut the cell phone off. See them walking down with 4 of them hooked to them. And they won't cut the cell phone off. Somewhere, the games. And so I say to you, only a black magazine, Health Quest. 2 years ago, November, NBC, CBS, ABC, none of them's running. This little black magazine, Action AIDS, Health Warning, following up on a study presented at the International AIDS Conference in Durban, South Africa. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention has issued an early AIDS advisory. Center for Disease Control. Many people have been counseled that monoxin 9, N9, that's that little white jelly-looking stuff in condoms, will help prevent against the transmission of AIDS and HIV. However, in a recent study conducted on 1,000 HIV/AIDS negative prostitutes in Africa found out that using monoxin 9 gel actually increased, not decreased, your chance of getting AIDS. Okay? So y'all think all they want to do is shoot a president? Or blow up the world? You the World Trade Building. Safe sex is no sex. And I tell people, look, if you want to use them, wash them. And then put 2 of them on. Because all rubber have holes in it that you can't see with the human eye. And when you put it under the microscope and see the hole, it's called 5 microns. HIV is 1 micron. So I say put 2 on. The odds of matching those holes is impossible. If a brother want to call me and say, man, when I put 2 on, it don't feel right. Don't feel like that. It don't feel like that. Well, you're not. You're having a good year. Inner tube, rubber. That's what you touch. How it feel like the real thing? Take it off. Or do like the baseball players do. Y'all know about the heavy bat ladies? They pick up a bat that weigh more than they bat. And when they pick up their bat, and I told the brothers, I say, do that. You know you're going to get some action tonight. Put 12 rubbers on this month. And at 6 o'clock, take 11 off. Take 10 off. I was just playing. The brother thought I meant it to put it on and cut the circulation out. He was dead at 2 o'clock from the game. So let me get out of here. Kissinger is arrested in Paris for murder. And none of you Americans know about every European paper. And then 8 months later, the Village Voice finally ran the story. Okay? The Village Voice. 8 months later. But you know what? We can go get some homeless folks today with no money and take them to the Ritz-Carlton Hotel tonight, the most expensive, luxurious hotel in the world. Cheap cognac costs $40,000 a shot. And when you go up to the 16th floor, it starts at $100,000. Kissinger can't go there. He can't go into France because he skipped out in the middle of the night. The world court, when they was going to put all them right-wing generals in jail, they came up with the documents and said, we did this for him. And they got the papers. And so don't think that this information, what you're putting out here, is not working. And so I say to you, there's a black newspaper that had the guts to print Dick Gregory, don't believe the hype. And there's a whole front page story in the Afro-American. In D.C., the home of the CIA, the home of them thugs that say, this is a government hit, and if they did it, my mama did. And they know damn good well that damn police chief Moose is connected. How you gonna sit up and talk about, to me, I'm a murderer, you don't know me, and say, my word is my bond. You only say that to people you know. I know his word is his bond. He know my word is my bond. You wouldn't say that to a stranger. And now there's information coming out, I'm sure some of you seen it, that Moose and John Muhammad was in the same National Guard unit in Portland, Oregon. But all you got to do is just stop being stressed out and just use your God-given. Stop being angry. Don't get some information, get angry. You know, it's a funky, nasty government that you ain't had nothing to do with. You're not responsible. Your mamas, daddies. The blame go to them. They go all over this world, gonna kill somebody, and we do stuff in this country that would make Hitler blush, but y'all don't want to deal with it. Y'all know damn good and well, reading that, you know that was a military operation. Don't be crazy. Or have you forgot they was leaving terror calls in Vietnam? And they said, oh, we messed up, because a Muslim would never say, I am God. So then they get a black man, after they shoot that FBI woman, who had just had assigned to the desk to deal with the sniper. And all the press was saying, we sure he didn't know who she was. How you press know that you don't know nothing else? So how you feeding that to us? And then the black guy sitting there and said, oh yeah, I saw the truck. That was a, see, when the government carry out of here, they have the B team and the A team. We the B team, y'all the A team. We do the hit, y'all just innocent bystanders coming out here telling them what y'all saw. It never was a white truck. And then this brother said, yeah, it was a white truck, and the left rear light was broke, and the guy was olive. Now, anytime you got a black man say it wasn't a white man, who ain't gonna believe him? And we say olive, you say Middle East, so maybe it's one of them crazy Muslims that don't give a damn about Allah, that eats a little pork. And so, I say to you, thank you. Long before the Freedom of Information Act forced this government to admit that Gene Dixon was a pawn for Hoover. 18 months before Kennedy got hit in Dallas, she did the counting. I see dark clouds around JFK in Dallas. He shouldn't go there. Before King got hit, and who would ever believe? Only one paper ran it. New York Daily News, December 29, 99, psychic was FBI pawn. Gene Dixon attacked fan targets in her collar. Everybody thought she was close to God, thought God was revealing this to her. Yes. and then when they started getting ready for the gay thing with Muhammad and the little boy, they started sending the gay picture out. But they made one mistake. They didn't take that third arm out of there. On the ones they're sending out now, it's gone. Right there, see that? This is a crop picture. This is a picture with a whole lot of people in it. And they forgot to take the arm out. Okay. And they forgot there's a whole lot of us out here looking at all they do. We just laugh. We can get uptight. Y'all sitting in here know that John Muhammad ran a scam for the FBI and the CIA and the table with passport fraud. Only one paper kind of said it and then pulled back. The boy and his mother came in here from a little CIA-controlled conclave in Haiti. That's where they came in here from, Haiti. And evidently they didn't warn the dudes at customs. So they grabbed him and put him in quarantine. And why is this important? Take 2 minutes of your time to tell you why it's important. Because when him and his mama got here, they got their fingerprints. And then the next time, instead of sending them back, they emerged in the state of Washington, sleeping at a Christian homeless shelter with John Muhammad. And John was handling so much money, the guy who runs it called the FBI. And the FBI came and interviewed him for 4 hours and no, he clean. And then she put the boy in school, and the principal said, well, we need some documents since y'all not from here, and we need his school records. And after they didn't get them, he called the FBI. Again, mom and the boy in quarantine for 2 months. Then they reemerge again at the Christian center. Why? They took their fingerprints again. And then John Muhammad, the boy and the mama get into a fight. They arrest him again, fingerprint. Why is this important? Because the woman that was murdered on September 21st in Montgomery, Alabama, she was not shot with a rifle. She shot with a .22. And I would say I had the autopsy, but somebody stole it, and that would be illegal. So I know somebody that got that. Now, why is that important? Because they said they had the boy's thumbprint. Y'all know the story? He's at a convenience store, and he's looking through a magazine and puts it back. What was the magazine? A rifle magazine, and the lead story is how to be a sniper. So in Montgomery, Alabama, a black woman is murdered, a white woman is shot in the head, and they think this white woman gonna die, and they got a fingerprint, and they didn't run it through the National Bank. They didn't know who this was. And that 17-year-old boy, he's fingerprinted 3 different times that we know about. It's a game. And now they're saying all these murders that took place before that, y'all been reading? You know what's wrong with that? Some of them murders, mom was with them. And you haven't heard nobody in the press ask, where's mom? Or no cop said, we need to talk to her. And so, how many of y'all aware that the truck driver that saw the car and turned them in said he didn't want the reward? How many of y'all know that? Truck driver? Didn't want to have $1 million? Why didn't he want the reward? Because cops can't take rewards. Huh? Cops can't take rewards. And what did he say? On TV, not the Washington Post. He can't say he was misquoted. On TV, he said, well, I called 911, and as I was talking to the FBI in the helicopter, I said, oh, what kind of cell phone you got? And the FBI told me that it's going to take us 20 minutes to secure the place where you and that other truck block their entrance. Y'all read that? You got the #1 human hunt in the history of the planet, and you're going to just ask some ordinary people to hold them for you till you get that? And the press didn't see nothing wrong with that? And then he messed up. He said, I walked down to the car, and one of them was leaning over the steering wheel, and the other was standing outside with something in his hand. I'm sure it was a rifle. What about the sleep theory? And then they went to interview his ex-wife in Clinton, Maryland. And the universe just popped it all out there. No one was home. So a black guy's walking down, and, excuse me, sir, can we talk to you? He said, yep. He said, did you know John Muhammad? He said, yes. He said, what do you think about him? He said, he's a wonderful guy. He said, when's the last time you seen him? He said, last July when he was here. How'd you meet him? He come here all the time to visit his children. Did you notice anything strange last July? I meant him. He said, yes, I did know something strange. All these plainclothes cops sitting in front of this house with unmarked cars watching that house. That scared me. Huh? So I say to you, thank you for spending your time and your energy. And one of these Novembers when we come here, we're just going to have to take like 2 or 3 hours and just have a prayer video for those who would be among us but dead now. Or in jail. Say thanks to those of you sitting out there whose family's been destroyed because they plant stuff on you. Who lost your job because they go and tell the folks you was working for who you were. And look at that Homeland Security bill that just come through. There's a provision in there that if they decide that every American have to take that smallpox shot and you don't take it, they can force it on you. Well, I live to see the day they come and force something on me. I live to see the day they come and force something. And so I leave you today and just cannot thank you enough. And once you, when you leave here, know who you are. The Washington Post, October 26th, this year, police check suspect's place 10 times. Huh? Front page stuff. They stopped that car 10 times in 1 month. That's every 3 days. I've been married 43 years. I ain't never had sex with my wife every 3 days. But let me leave you with this. But sometimes you think what you see, you don't see. This black guy got married. He didn't have no money. His wife didn't have no money. So why are we going to spend all our money for an elaborate wedding? So let's just go to the justice of the peace. And what little money we was going to spend on a honeymoon, let's just pool together and buy us a house. And they did. And after they get married, they're on their way home. And lo and behold, that same day, a black dude broke out of jail and killed 27 people. He got life with no parole. So he killed 12 people, got life with no parole, been in jail 27 years. And out of all the houses to go into, he ended up in their new house. What a wedding day. So they walk in, he waited. He didn't know. He just told them point blank, look at me, I've been in jail 27 years, I killed 12 people, I know they're going to catch me, and I'll kill y'all. I ain't had no sex, I ain't had no good food, so I'm going to get some both before I leave. So he tied the husband down to a chair, and he tied the wife across the bed, and he didn't take his clothes off. He kind of looked like he was laying on her, looked like he was kissing her in her ear. Then he got up and left, and the husband moved the chair all the way next to him and said, dear, you heard what he said. He's been in jail 27 years. He killed 12 people, and he wouldn't think twice to kill both of us. He said he just ain't had no sex, no good food. And I think the fact you love me and I love you, when he come back up here, I think not only you should have him, you should act like you enjoy it and act like you love him, and I think me and you will live to see another day. She said, well, what make you think he want to have an affair with me? He said, I saw him kissing you in your ear. He said, no, he wasn't. He was whispering in my ear how pretty you are. And asked me where was the Vaseline. Oh, he'll be back. But I think you have the answer. Yeah, just make like you enjoy. And I think we will live. Be careful. You think you see it one thing and you see it something else. Take care of your body. And get ready for this wild ride. This wild ride. And look around at everybody in here and feel good and squeeze them and say goodbye, because we might not be here next year. I don't mean alive. I'm talking about the confusion and what they're doing, because they're like 2 seconds away from suspending the Constitution and dissolving the Senate and Congress, and then there's martial law. And then we'll be together again, you know. Yeah, we'll be together again. I know some of y'all gonna wiggle out, and any of y'all ain't in the cell with us, it's the police. So again, we thank you. We love you. God bless.
Thank you. We're going to take a break for lunch. Be back at 1 o'clock over at the second floor, rear at the Hotel Lawrence. And hopefully Dick can stay around and listen in. And we're going to talk a little bit about the future of Copa. But of course, the future of Copa in this country is you. Great. Dick Gregory's here to talk about